just be admitting that in open public.
Yes,
Anyway.
as we end the show on the Lord Jamal from
Oh, you know,
one of my
Eminem.
favorite rap groups.
I know, and I was kind of okay. So I didn't even know that this was going on. Eminem, you know, just put out his Kamikaze album. Whack. But it's actually doing pretty good on the charts right now.
Of course.
It wasn't at first though, and he was actually blaming a bunch of people. But this one song might be some of the reason, because he puts on there where he's going after Joe Budden and Machine Gun Kelly. Then he starts talking about all other kinds of people like Lord Jamal. I was unaware that Lord Jamal had been talking about Eminem for the longest.
On Vlad TV, he's on it every week. I mean, I keep saying Lord Jamal and Vlad from Vlad TV must be homies, because he's always on his television, on his internet station.
Who has, you know, so he's been coming after Eminem. I was unaware. In interviews and social media, said that this MF finally responded, so he was happy. Now in this, he's actually talking to Rod Digger on her show, and he, you know, thanks Vlad TV because he said either way I win, because you're not doing what the F I wanted you to. I have made you modify your behavior. I got in your psyche. You sat there and had to effing sit down and try to think of some ish to respond to Lord Jamal's jabs, and you know you could not escape.
So he's a god. As a 5%er, he did exactly what he's supposed to do. He controlled his cipher. He controlled, you know what I'm saying, if anybody going to enter his cipher and he don't like it, he's a guest in the house of hip hop. So that's letting you know straight up that we allowed you to be in hip hop. So don't forget your roots. And now Eminem had to come and respond. So as a 5%er, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So, you know, he was good. He said usually he goes after soft targets. He'll go after girls and ish like that. To be honest, I'm disappointed in this little diss. Like, I think it was kind of whack for an Eminem verse. I was expecting something a little more wordier that we know Eminem for. I thought I'd get something much better. So the song is on Fall. And he just said, you know, as far as Lord Jamal, you better leave me the hell alone, or I'll show you an Elvis clone. Walk up in this house you own, thrust my pelvic bone. Use your telephone and go fetch me the remote, put my feet up and just make myself at home. So I guess that's supposed to be going on the you're a guest in this house. Right. Yes. So he said, you know, I'm going to show you what kind of guest I'm going to actually be. So I don't know. You know what's going to come of this.
I mean, I don't know what's going to come.
I would prefer Lord Jamar to actually just put out a little music.
We actually met him. Remember, we met him at the
Apollo.
Matter of fact, I was so mad because I come outside with all the equipment and you out there, he's smoking. Of course, he's smoking. They out there smoking. And I'm looking and she just had the only girl in the cipher of marijuana.
I wasn't smoking.
I never said you don't smoke, but you was in the middle of this cipher.
I'm trying to remember what we were talking about because I was just standing over there kicking it. I was so ready to
go, and I looked. I said, "That's Lord Jamar."
Oh yeah, because you was salty at first.
Yeah, he gave me a dap, and this was at the source situation that we had.
Yeah, I was
that wonderful week.
I don't know how I ended up in that little group, but you always right.
And when I can't find you, I just find a bunch of men and you in the middle of them.
Okay, we ain't gonna put it like that though, bro.
Like.
Bro,
So
we sound like you hating though, bro.
We come to the end of the show.
Bruh.
We come to the end of the show, and I'm about to get ready to do a mix. So if you are listening to it on the podcast, on iTunes and or Spotify, you'll be hearing the DJ mix. I'm going to do a special mix with Mac Miller and Aretha Franklin. Two icons that we have lost over the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Wait, hold on, pause. Aretha was an icon. Mac did his daggone thing.
Mac was just an up-and-coming rapper.
We're not gonna say just. I mean, he did his thing.
And it's crazy because the family of Aretha Franklin can't really mourn because she didn't leave a will. So
she didn't?
Everybody's scrambling. Yeah, everybody's scrambling for a little piece of this piece. They got her dresses and hats on eBay. It's a hot mess, man. Everybody's trying to get their little piece, man. That's why. So I'm
surprised with all of those people around her.
I'm going to end my session
and have a will.
It's very important to get a will. A last will and testament. It's very important to have insurance because if you pass untimely, no matter if you're 15 to 85, your family's going to have to try to come up with the money to bury you. To die is very expensive. To be born is very expensive. The best thing is your parents never to have sex. But if you're here now please go out and get you a last will and testament. I don't care if you just have a few trinkets or whatever, but also make sure you have life insurance, at least $10,000 worth, and it don't cost you much. It costs you less than $9 a month to get $10,000 worth of life insurance. I'm not telling you who to go to. This is not a promotion, even though it'd be nice to have one of them actually sponsor the show, but for the most part, you don't want to put your family, your children, or your wife, or your spouse, or your mother, or whoever, into a situation where they're going to have to scramble to try to pay for your funeral. So with that being said, until next week, which we're going to do another show, we're going to try to get another show in this week by Friday. Today is a fabulous Monday, and until we see you again, peace, love, and I'll leave you with the wonderful, delectable, delightful Sapphire.
Hello. Even though now I feel bad that I don't have a will, maybe I should just write some things down. Nor do I have life insurance, but I want it to be cremated anyway. So anyway,
that cost as well. A cremation funeral will cost you between $3,000 to $5,000.
I thought it was only like $1,500.
No, they don't. They still got to pick up your body, which costs. They got to pick up your body from the wherever it's at. They got to prepare the body. It's about $3,000, and like I said, the urn itself, it can cost you close to $1,000 to $1,500, unless you're going to put it in one of your favorite drinks, a smoothie drink or something like that.
I told them to make jewelry out of my body.
It's expensive because there's other things other than burning your ass, and you got a lot of it.
Whew. Shut up! They might as well just throw me out. I wonder if they could just throw me out to like see.
You still got to be burned. Why you ain't listening to me? You still got to go through the process.
Like literally my body. Like, could they just pick up the body and just throw my body out?
Oh, no, because you throw it into the sea? Man, all them fish be eating up. Man, they eat off you about 3 or 4 months.
Like, I'd care. I'm letting them eat good.
I hear you. Go on to your ending. We're running out of time.
All right, fine. I've never heard of this. Okay, so recently, this was this past Saturday, they had this bike ride. It's the annual Philly Naked Bike Ride. Hundreds of bicyclists take their clothes off and they put on body paint and glitter and fancy hats, and they go pedaling for 10 miles through the streets of Philadelphia. Sightseeing, including Independence Hall, the U.S. Mint, the Liberty Bell, and the Philadelphia Museum of Art. I thought that was pretty exciting. Now, I'm not ready to be bucket naked and take this ride, but if given the right moment in time, I might, just give me a little time. I think I might be able to do a little something. At least a sports bra and some booty shorts.
Thank you.
Dun, 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 dun. Bucket naked riding. Because I have been riding my bike this summer. With that being said, don't hate on my love affair of bike riding.
So remember,
and it gets hot.
You can listen to us on iTunes or Spotify. You can also go to the KonnecT Show YouTube page. That's the KonnecT Show, as you see right behind me. The K, the O, the NNECT show, and you can watch us live. I am going to do a mix, and I'm going to try to tape it live, and I am going to try to. I'm going to tape it and then also put it on YouTube. If they allow it to go, great. If not, you can always listen to it on Spotify or iTunes. With that being said, until next week, peace and love. Me and Sav. I'm DJ Raw.
I'm bucket naked Sapphire. Well, I'm not bucket naked now.
You are now listening to the sounds of DJ Raw and Sapphire. Welcome to the KonnecT.